Hello, welcome to another episode of Never Say Never. You know me, you know my taste by now, hopefully. You know, I always preach about buying books that are presentable for whatever, regardless of the grades, okay? You can buy mid grades or low grades. There's a way to buy books that's low grade or mid grade that look good. And one of the key to be in the low to mid grade range that look good is books that have flaws that are not too glaringly obvious. And one of the obvious flaws that I talked about often is big corner creases or big chunk missing or large tears. There's multiple things that can make the covers not so attractive, right? And that's just my taste. You know, I don't mind 2.0, 3.0 that are pretty weak as far as the structure, overall structure of the book. But if it look good without a big 1 or 2 or 3 or multiple big corner creases, I tend to pick those 2.0 or 3.0 over something that is 4 or 5.0 with a big corner creases, right? So that's just my taste. But this is Never Say Never, okay? This is a video where I broke my own rule. Once in a while this happened. Not often, but I have a book in my collection that definitely broke the rule. It's this book. Now, when I bought this book, I was looking for a low to mid-grade raw copy. I already have a 9.4 high-grade beauty, but off-white, the cover, you know, the white of this book was not very white. Now this copy, as you can see, is really white, okay? It's all of us that are familiar with Silver Age X-Men, right? Or Silver Age Marvel in general. If you have a white cover like this, like say Daredevil 1, X-Men 1, Fantastic Four #1, they tend to be yellow. Okay, it's really hard to find a white copy. You know, too bad I don't have my 9.4 to compare anymore, but trust me, my 9.4 cover was much more yellow than this one is. So this one is nice and bright and white, okay? Look at that. So yes, what makes this a mid-grade book instead of a high-grade, even though it's just beautiful. I will give you a close-up look maybe if you need it, but look at the back. Okay, once again, the back is nice, clean, no major creases, nice and white, not tan whatsoever. Let me show you why it is only a mid-grade, okay? Perhaps I can show you this close-up here instead of take the camera down. Let me see if you can see it. Can you spot the flaw? Look at how bright the white is, how deep the red, how deep the green is. Look at that. Can you see the flaw? There's one major flaw in this book. I'm sure some people by now have seen it. Let's just look at that. Beautiful book, right? Absolutely beauty. With the exception of what? For those with sharp eyes, and maybe it won't show up very clear if you're watching this video on an iPhone, right? But there is a subcrease. Yes, sadly, there is a subcrease that go. I can see it better when you hold a book this way. It's very obvious. Okay, you can see. You know, I'm not sure you can see it, but there's a line right here that go right down. Not quite the middle of the book, but if for those that missed it the first time around, it's right where the M is. Okay, right here. You can see it. Can you see it now? See that? It's most visible right here, and then it disappears for the most part in the white area, and then you can barely see it across Angel face and this right here of the block right here in the brown area. Okay, Look at that, barely. You can barely see it. See that? And then across it goes across down the face of Angel. But very light, and the person that owned this book before me must have pressed it. Okay, I did not touch this book. I did not clean this book. But the moment that I see it, I can tell that it must have been pressed by the previous owner, I think. Because who to say that he didn't press it, but the guy before him, the person before him pressed the book, right? So somebody before me pressed the book. I can see a couple of like a finger smudge here and there, so whether it was clean before, I don't know, doesn't matter, but there you go. Okay, this would be considered a very presentable book with a sub-crease, because you can barely see it. In the rest of the book, as you can see, razor sharp corners and edge, dark red, dark green, bright white. I would not have any problem buying another book that present this well with a sub-crease. Often to me, and I'm sure many people will agree, the sub-crease can be way too distracting. Okay, that's the nicest way to say it. If you have a really pronounced, heavy sub-crease that really are visible, especially on a dark cover. But luckily this is, for the most part, a white covers, and the sub-crease was not very pronounced, so it hides well. Okay, and that's it for this video of Never Say Never. Okay, even when I actively avoid buying book with sub-crease, sometimes a book is good enough. And that's it for this video. Bye bye.